Right, welcome to Tito the Toddler, and we're in the wonderful city of York, and the sun's shining a little bit, which is lovely. So we just thought we'd do a few cheeky pubs down here over the next couple of days and see what we have. So without any further ado, we'll try and get some done today, some done tomorrow, maybe some done on Saturday. So without any further ado, this is the first pub. This is the Bluebell. So this lies in the city centre on Fossgate, and it was constructed in the 17th century. 5-bay timber framed house with a central staircase. Originally had a jetted front and was refronted in the 18th century. Has a facade on the lower floors and the rear a jetted facade. Survived, so we'll have a look at that if we get round there. The house was divided into two, and obviously 53 Fossgate became the Bluebell. Purchased by C.J. Melrose in 1903, and then in 1974 it suffered a fire, but largely remained intact. It's also in 1903 George Robinson became the landlord of the pub, and he was the founding director of York City Football Club, so it's got a bit of history on there. And the licence passed to his wife, Annie, who died in 1992, so they obviously had it for an awful long time. Sorry, must be a relation, sorry, the daughter, sorry, so the daughter had it almost, so they had it for the best part of a century. And it's still like that. Anyhow, it was originally Grade 2 listed in 1954, and then in 1997 it was strengthened to a Grade 2 Star Plus to strengthen the interior. And in 2017 it was listed an asset of community value as concerns that the takeover by Punch Taverns might asset strip it. So it's been brilliant. It sells ciders, pork pies, bread, but bands, large group and swearing, and fruit machines, because it's one of the smallest pubs in the city. So I'm right looking forward to this. So we're going to go on a Thursday while it's nice and quiet, and hopefully they've got enough room for us. Right, that's the Bluebell done. Really good pub. They weren't right keen on you getting your phone out, I'll tell you in there, they were a bit keen. But yeah, really nice pub, but very compact and bijou. But anyhow, we managed to get in and sit down and enjoy the atmosphere. So that really good. So without any further ado, just round the corner now at the Golden Fleece. The Golden Fleece is, like I say, central in York, right opposite the Shambles. So the Shambles is up there. It's one of York's earliest recorded coaching inns, dating back to 1503, and the Golden Fleece proudly claims to be the most haunted pub in York. And as you can see, they're all the ghosts, so they've got ghosts coming out of their ears. But yeah, let's go inside and see what the Golden Fleece has got to offer. Right, there's no doubt about it, the Golden Fleece is definitely spooky. We found an old skull, and I can't remember the story behind it, but I will give you it later. And there were a girl who were a bit gothic there, and she goes, "Oh, I've sat here deliberately, so I want to sit next to the skull." Well, you know, whatever floats your boat. So anyhow, on to the next one. This is a Roman bath, and it's been a public house in St Sampson's Square in England. It was built above an ancient Roman bathhouse, that's why it gets the name. And it remained uncovered during the building work when the present pub was erected in 1929 and 1931 and replaced in an inn. The exterior is Tudor revival, whatever that means. and features the applied half timber in the pub. However, it is more notable for the Roman remains which can be viewed inside. So we're going to go inside and have a look at that. But also what I'm going to say to you is we haven't got this one on the list, but we're definitely going to have a look at the 3 cranes next door because it looks pretty magnificent. So that might be a bonus one. But yeah, we'll go to Roman bath. Right, so we just come out at Roman bath, which, how can I say, is mock tuned on the outside to be give it its big. There's some nice, the actual stained glass windows are quite nice really, but inside it's ultra modern, so that really hasn't ticked the box. But we're right next door, so like I said, we've got the 3 cranes, and the 3 cranes dates back to 1799 and possibly as early as the 1250s, and was rebuilt in the mid 18th century. The name 3 Kings does not refer to the birds on the front. It actually refers to the cranes that used to be around the back that used to help put goods onto the market stalls at the other side. So a brief history is in 1250 an alehouse may have existed on the site. 1592 the market was a busy hub, lifting cranes were used for loading, so that's where the name comes from. Mid 18th century pub was rebuilt. Licence shows it going back to 1799. Late 19th century the building was altered, and in 1933 the building was refurbished. So I wonder if it's still inside, if it's still 1933. If it is, it'll be quite beautiful because it's got some tiles outside that look originally brown. I can't remember what that name is, some tough tiles, but they've obviously painted them green, which actually now it's painted off, looks a bit rubbish. But yeah, we'll go inside and have a look. Right, this turning up early and having a room reserved for us and whatever, it's all been an excellent idea because we've got a good few pubs in here. So the next one we've got up is the Punch Bowl. So let me spin you around. So the Punch Bowl has been a pub for over 4 centuries. It carries an historical connection to the Whig Party in the 17th century. Punch was a preferred drink of the Whigs or Liberals, whilst Tories preferred claret. Well, I'm a bit of a Tory in that respect then. Anyone displaying a Punch Bowl sign was therefore declaring its political allegiances. God, I want to become a Liberal. I want to become a Liberal and go in and have a drink in a Liberal pub. On my brow. Anyhow, it was first licensed in 1761. The Punch Bowl, the Stonegate folklore is the pub is haunted, Kel Surprise, by 2 ghosts. The first dating from when the building was used as a brothel, who were is a woman who was strangled to death by one of her clients. Goodness me. The second is of a landlord who died in a pub fire. Years later, the cellar floor was lowered and a glowing orb seen above around the bar area is thought to be the landlord's head. Well, that sounds like a right laugh, doesn't it? So, anyway, let's go in at Punch Down and see what it's like. Right, we're going to go down to the pub in a minute, but yeah, we're at the Yule Star Inn, which is the next inn on the tour. So, as you can see, 8 Cascales. We'll go down there in a moment, but it's on Stonegate and claims to be the oldest pub in York. The main block of the pub is a timber frame structure constructed in the mid-16th century, and the wing to its left was added in around about 1600. So, by 1664, the inn was named the Star STRR Inn, the building lying at the back of the coaching yard off Stonegate. So like I say, this pub can demonstrate the earliest date for a licence, so should be pretty special. Let's just say, I mean, we've had some beauty so far. We've had some floors that are about 2 foot from one side to the other out of kilter, so it's definitely had a lot of character so far. In fact, to be honest with you, York's fantastic. Right, back on the ale trail again, so it's now Friday, so we reckon we're going to get cleared up on these because there's one of them that's actually closed, so not to worry. So without any further ado, we're at the Black Swan. So as you can see from up there, it's on Peasholm Green, and the Black Swan was the original 15th century merchant's mansion, and it's a place where there's been various ghostly sightings, Kel Surprise. There's ghost of a gentleman in a bowler hat who appears to be impatiently waiting for someone at the bar. Eventually his apparition slowly fades away. Like I said, dating back to the 15th century, a half-timbered pub with rooms is blocked from the River Frost, a 10-minute walk from York Castle, and a 5-10 minute walk from the Jorvik Museum. So it certainly looks, well, 15th century, it's got to be Tudor, hasn't it? It's got to be the real thing. So it certainly looks like it. Oh, the other thing at all is there's cats, all the buildings around York, and apparently that's 1920s thing. Somebody started that tradition. We'll have to see if we can find out who it was. But yeah, let's go inside the Black Swan and see what it's like. Right, the next one we're at is the Royal Oak. It's a bit difficult to film here because a lot of people coming past, so I'll try and be as quick as I can. But found in historic Goodram Gate, short walk down from York Minster, stone throw away from Monk Bar. Perfect spot for real ale enthusiasts to refuel. Sounds like a plan to me. The place is called the Black Oak, the Royal Oak, and it situates inside a 14th century building decorated in charming old-fashioned style. There is a high degree of probability that some kind of structure has been on this site since the early Viking times. One of York's oldest pubs started off as a coaching in 1772, and it was known as the Blue Boar, which also went by the name the Blue Pig under a certain landlord called John Dickinson. Its mock Tudor frontage was added in 1800. The building is reputedly haunted by several ghosts. There is an old prostitute at the front of the bar, ghosts of children playing in the fire, a tall gaunt man at the back room, and 2 female ghosts, one on the first floor called Alice, and one in the flat above the pub called Mary. Overall, the Royal Oak offers guests a full Yorkshire pub experience and a rare real ales, including 3 permanent ones, a number of guest ales. It's richly complemented, so good old-fashioned Yorkshire hospitality. So let's go inside and have a look. Right, one at later pubs is closed, so we've got an extra one here, so I'll just spin you around. So we've got the Cross Keys, and I think on the top of the thing it says 1904. So it's a public house dating back to the 18th century. The Cross Keys Hotel on God Ramsgate is believed to originate around 1800. They've been on God Ramsgate site since 1250 in the past. It served as a coaching inn with amenities and like a commercial rooms and bedrooms and stables. And the pub continues to operate in the area today and remains a social landmark. And Cross Keys is popular in York because obviously the Minster is St Peter's, and the Cross Keys is the sign of St Peter. It's normally a silver and a gold key. Silver is the key for hell, and the gold key is the gate for heaven. So that's why the Cross Keys is quite popular around here, and in Châteauneuf-du-Pape for the same reason. It's papal. Right, it's very difficult filming because a lot of people walking past. I'm trying not to get anybody on film and such, but this is the next one. This is the Snickle Way. And the Snickle Way is a very old historic pub. It has been on God Ramsgate a long time. It's had many names since it was known as the House of Tudor. During the siege of York in 1644, it was used by the Royalist magazine and appeared to be the most haunted pub in York, especially the cellar where a malevolent spirit causes havoc at times. Probably not the first spirit to kick around here. So yeah, it looks, I don't know, it doesn't look that old up from outside if I'm being truthful, but let's go inside and give it a look. Right, very, very busy as always. So next pub up is the Old White Swan. And the Old White Swan is in Ramsgate also. The collar building is timber frame and was constructed in the early 17th century. It lay back of a coaching yard on the northwestern side of God Ramsgate to the entrance of Lower Petersgate. Building dates back to 1703, third oldest pub in the city. Lay in the parish of the Holy Trinity of King's Court, as part of the Holy Trinity of God Ramsgate parish. Both claim the right to charge rent for the pub, leading to the landlord to paint a white line through the courtyard and kitchen, demarking the boundary. So yeah, lots of history there. 1742 it was named the White Swan and Sandhill, but the suffix was dropped in 1786. What else have we got here? There once was a character called Patrick Cotter O'Brien who claimed as the world tallest man. They hosted an event because he claimed he was the world's tallest man and he attempted to eat 10 pounds of tripe, so that must have been exciting. So yeah, 18th and 19th century it was used on stagecoach routes between Glasgow and via Durham and Newcastle. And yeah, the pub in 1885 was renamed the Old Swan to emphasise its long history. In 1971 the pub was Grade 2 listed. It's a traditional pub haunted by ghosts and a group of Catholics planning to escape to France, who are said to rearrange the chairs in a circle and relight the fire overnight. So let's see if we can find some Catholics. Right, this is one that's supposed to be on the L Trail, but it's not now. It's the York Arms, and it's shut by the looks of it, which is a bit shame. It looks quite nice inside. But yeah, so York Arms, no, I think it's apparently a Sam Smith's pub, and it's closed, and I don't know when it's going to reopen. But anyhow, that's that one. So Hole in the Wall next. Right, so we've got two left. So this is a penultimate pub here, the Hole in the Wall. And the Hole in the Wall is on High Peters Gate, built during the 18th century. It was originally known as the Board Inn and was extensively renovated in the 1980s when the name was changed. However, it still retains some of the original features. In 1816, a tunnel was discovered that led to the dungeon, and like many York pubs, this one is said to be haunted. There is an interesting history board in the bar on the right hand side, so we'll have to look at that when we're going. There's many places that are said to be haunted in York, England, and a few places that lay claim to this are the pubs. One such pub is the Hole in the Wall, the ghost story. The story up on the wall of the pub is the pub was formerly named the Board Inn. The builder was said to have found a tunnel beneath the pub. Ghostly footsteps were echoing in the dark, so they quickly bricked it up. They say in 1816 excavation was done and the hole discovered that led to the eerie dungeon where chains and manacles were hanging. We asked the bartender about the story and they said both were working one night and they heard voices talking, but no one was there. Well, if that ain't a corroborating story, I don't know what is, but let's go in and see if we can hear some shackles clinking together. Right, here we are with York Minster behind us. We're at the last pub. So this is the last pub of the York Ale Trail. Unfortunately it's scaffolded up, but I'll give you history best I can without hopefully being interrupted by everybody walking past, so just bear with me 1 second. So this is the Guy Fawkes Inn. And the Guy Fawkes Inn, obviously everybody knows who Guy Fawkes is, but Guy Fawkes was born over 400 years ago, and it's not uncommon for Yorkshire pubs to carry a century's worth of history, but we think this one might hold the most significant be the most significant of the bunch. Named the Guy Fawkes Inn after its most infamous resident. The York City Centre pub was not only the home of the famous Catholic radical Guy Fawkes, but the actual birthplace too, so there you go. So it deserves a name, definitely. The inn itself was an early Georgian terrace, built hundreds of years after Guy Fawkes' execution in Westminster's Old Palace Yard. But the old cottage behind lays good claim to being where our notorious plotter took his first breath. The cottage is now part of the inn, and via the pub with rooms, group stay in a pub, so you stop here overnight if you want to. Yeah, and it's obviously like within striking distance of York Minster, and you can hear the bells and you can hear St Michael. You've got St Michael's next door, which is the Belfry Church, which is where Guy Fawkes was baptised. Fawkes was brought up a Protestant and the grandson of a church lawyer, Edward Fawkes. His father rose to become an advocate of the Archbishop of Consistory Court. He died when Fawkes was just 9, and his mother later remarried into the family of Resuscitants, which is Catholics recognise the authority of the Pope rather than the English King. So, Popists, that's basically the gist of it. The young Fawkes attended St Peter's of York School, Horse Fair. This school was later rebuilt on land Fawkes had inherited from his father, and which he sold to leave York to fight the religious wars on the continent. In deference to its most infamous old boy, St Peter's School does not burn a guy on bonfire night. That's a bit of loyalty for you, isn't it? Two of the Fawkes fellow plotters, brothers John and Christopher Wright, also attended this school. Instead of numbers, the 13 rooms of the Guy Fawkes and used the names of plotters. How good's that? So some really fascinating history there. And yeah, let's go inside and see if we can see if it's authentic inside. But yeah, brilliant bit of history that. Right, I almost forgot my closing part to the video. So yeah, it's been a fabulous little hotel around York. We've got it done in sort of like 2 days, which in some ways is great because we're here tonight, we're going out for a meal, then we've got friends we're meeting tomorrow, so just takes pressure off a little bit. But I really would recommend it. It's been good. We're stopping at the Grand, which is absolutely fabulous. So yeah, strongly recommend you come and have a look around these pubs. In fact, York just is a really nice place. Got to say that, really enjoyed it so far. So yeah, until next time, take care. We'll see you soon. Cheers.